Ben here, out at the sawmill again. Now, it's kind of hard to videotape everything you do, so sometimes things get missed, and I just kind of want to give you an update of what I've been doing and what's going on. So to start with, actually 2 weeks ago, I went and cut down a couple of walnut trees. Just want to show you these couple of logs. Now these are all walnut, and they're going to make some pretty nice lumber here on the sawmill. I've got about 8 walnut logs here, and the pile's kind of in a disarray right now, but I've got things kind of sorted out a little bit. There's a pile of walnut logs up on top there. They're kind of small, they need to cut up, and that's a cherry, and then there's an oak. Now this is where that big pile of logs sat here, from here all the way out to about the end of the sawmill there, which is all the way over there. So I got all those logs taken and moved around. I didn't cut them all up yet, but I've got a good majority of them cut. There's some walnut over there and some walnut up there that I have to cut. I have one massive oak log here that I have to cut up. And then I have a pile of cherry. There's about, I don't know, 12 logs there or so of cherry I gotta cut. And then I've got 10 ash logs or so, and just a couple of birch logs. 5 birch logs. Never cut birch before. That'll be a new one in the sawmill. Get them cut up. And then I have an array of oak logs over here sitting here ready to go. So there's still quite a few logs left from that pile yet. It is getting knocked down a little bit. And I got some more slab wood here. Of course, there's the sawmill. And I have a pile of slab wood there. Now, something I'm going to touch on real briefly here. I'm getting a lot of comments on some of my videos about me wasting a bunch of lumber and cutting them too wide and taking too much off of my slabs, and you can get some wood out of that, and you're cutting into your profit and this and that. First of all, let me say that I'm not cutting any profit because I'm not making any profit. This is a hobby for me. I'm using all the wood. If you think you can get a 1x4 out of that, you're sadly mistaken. It might look good, you know, there's all it's real thick there on the side, but when you get into this stuff, some of it is just it thins out in spots, and it's just something that it might look like you're going to get some good lumber out of that, but really at the end of the day, you're not even going to get a 1x out of that, you know. And that's just something that I just want to put that comment to rest, I guess. You know, there's a couple of comments actually. When I'm cutting the side of the log, what you're seeing is, you're seeing this, and you're saying, oh, that's some good wood in there. But when you look at it from the end, there's really nothing there. It's just not worth me saving it. And then there's some pieces that, if a log shifts on the sawmill while I'm cutting it, like this piece here, you can see it's thinner here than it is over here. So once I start going down the board, if something happens and it shifts a little bit and I finish the cutoff, that cut's not square, I come back and I lower it and take another cut off. I probably could go thinner on it, but chances are at the other end there was another issue. That's why I went that thick on it. The bottom line is, what I'm doing here is a hobby. These logs aren't, you know, prime logs, or not grade logs. It's just something for me to cut to get some lumber out of, so that we have something to cut to make some projects out of. And that's the only reason I got the sawmill. So I just wanted to kind of put that to rest a little bit. Now up here in the garage, we took those first couple layers of maple wood and we planed them down. Here's a pile of sawdust I've got. Now that pile of sawdust is probably about 3 foot high and 3 foot around. So there's quite a bit of sawdust there. I gotta work on getting some kind of a dust collector. I've got some thoughts in mind. Money's always an issue, you know. The thing is a lot of people just go and have these nice shops and everything, and all these, you know, great pieces of equipment and everything, and we have some good equipment, but you know, there's a few things, you're always more, you always want more. That's the bottom line, and it's a work in progress. It's a hobby, right? So here's the planer. We planed a bunch of lumber down. Here's what's left of it. This is all maple. You know, there's only a few boards here that we have left out of the stack that we planed, and we really, I'm not even sure how many boards we had that we planed down, but there was a few of them there. Probably at least triple that stack anyway. My brother is starting to get to the point where he's got projects going all the time. And here's a couple pieces of that maple wood that I had laid out there, tops and bottoms on these nightstands. Turn this around a little bit, show you a little better. He's making a set of nightstands, in the process of making them yet. And I don't know if I'll get a picture of these when they're done or not. But, you know, just a drawer. Nice top on them. And the bottom, these aren't stained or finished at all. There's no knob on the door or anything. But, like I said, it's still a work in progress yet. But just to give you an idea, that's some of that maple wood. Now these legs, these are those 2x that were out there, the 2-inch stick pieces of that maple slab. They're cut down for the legs. And then the 1-inch stick pieces, there's one for the top and one for the bottom down there. The garage is a mess, but you know, that's just because we're always working in it. What are you gonna do? Now here's just some scrap wood that we had left over. There's a piece that we used for those legs you cut down, and then there's a piece of the wider stuff. You can see sit back here yet. I think it has a little bit of staining from the color from it being in the log for so long and the water getting on it. It's kind of darker on the ends. And these have gone through the planer and been sanded and everything else, and they still have that color difference to them. And a lot of that got cut off. Just cut this down and, you know, use the middle piece when we used it. But I think a lot of that color difference is from sitting outside and not being milled down into lumber right away, and then, you know, sitting with some water in it there, sitting outside. Got a pile of scraps. That's just the scraps from the table saw. Now these are all from cutting stickers. So if I say stickers, and I don't know if other people use other words for them, other terms for them. I've got a pile of 4x4s here that I've got from a factory around my house that uses them to bring products in on, and then when they're done, they throw them out and they're free for the taking. You know, always keep your eye open on Craigslist for this kind of stuff. But I just take them, put them on a table saw, and cut them down and make stickers out of them. You know, just a 3/4 by 3/4 boards for between the stacks of lumber. I always need more of them, and that's something you don't really think about too. You know, when you're getting into the sawmill, you got to realize there's a lot of setup, and there's a lot of cleanup, and there's a lot of before the milling that you have to do, and a lot of after milling that you have to do. A lot of work needs involved that you don't really think about. Now this pallet, I screwed these oak pieces on the sides. These are just slab wood that I had laying around the sawmill. I just put them on the chop saw and cut them down and screwed them into the side of the pallet. And I plan to fill this thing right up with these stickers. I'm going to cut all these 4x4s here that I have down, and then put them into this pallet here so that I have them ready to go for out between the lumber. I just want to take a minute and wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, happy holiday, happy Black Friday. Be safe, enjoy your families. You know, think about the things that you're thankful for. I've got a lot to be thankful for. You know, I've had a pretty good year this year. And one of the things I'm thankful for is YouTube and all the people that have subscribed to my channel and all the viewers that I have. I appreciate all the support that I've received over the time that I've started doing this, and my channel is growing. I've got almost 200 subscribers, just a couple short of 200, and that's a pretty good milestone for me. Hopefully next week I'll have some more videos for you. I believe I'll be cutting some trees down on Monday, and I'll definitely take the camera along with me for that. Cut some trees down, load them on a trailer, haul them back to here to the sawmill. Not that I don't have enough logs already, but I plan to get some more cut, and then hopefully I'll have some video for you of me cutting some more wood here in the very near future. Until next time, I'll see you. Thanks for watching.